It's pretty clear from recent updates that Mojang are trying to slow us down. The Netherite upgrade template, the experiments to nerf villagers and make them even more annoying to deal with than they are now. Mojang do not like how quickly we move from early game to end game. You damn kids, slow down! And with that goes any chance I had of appearing in an official Mojang video. Sorry, Jeb. So let's take that to the extreme. Let's slow down the early game. I've spun up this brand new hardcore world. I'm stuck on this godforsaken island. Worse than that, I'm actually stuck in this 16 by 16 block area, and it only expands at the rate of 1 block per night. Yeah, that's 1 block per night. So no villager breeder, no iron farms, no crop farms, and no trading hall. I'm going to have to try all those things that we don't bother with anymore. Fishing, you remember that? The enchanting table? How do I even make that? I'll even have to mine blue lapis. Worse than that, it could be well over 1,000 days before I get an elytra and face off against the dragon. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to build a nice little starter home. I'm going to build some manual crop farms. And I'm going to smell the roses. Not literally, obviously. So let's dive right into day 1. Well, day 0. And when I say take it slow, boy do I mean take it slow. You see, aside from choosing a seed that specifically put me on an island, I did absolutely no more due diligence. And for the first 5 days, I have absolutely no access to wood. Which is a problem because no wood means no wooden tools. No wooden tools means no stone. And since it's hardcore, I have no plans on trying to get a creeper explosion to get some cobblestone. Not that that would help, because I can't even make a crafting table. Plus, to get further enough away to get mobs to spawn, because they don't spawn within 24 blocks of the player, I'd have to dig down. And I have no food, so moving, digging are all bad. So, for the first 5 days, there is literally only one thing I can do, and that is collect a few seeds and then build myself a nice little dirt hut and wait it out. I did say this was going to be slow. On day 4, the border had expanded enough that I finally got wood. I was able to plant some new trees, create a crafting bench, and most importantly, create some basic wooden tools so I could start mining. On top of that, the border expanded slightly into the ocean, and with that reduced spawn area, it meant killing some fish for food. It was nice and easy, so I wasn't going to starve to death. Days 5 and 6 continued this pattern, chopping down trees, mining down, the aim to get 3 pieces of iron ore so I could create a bucket and start farming some wheat. By early morning on day 7, the border had expanded enough that I had even more wood. I'm really sorry for this, folks. And I also now had oak to go along with my acacia. The rest of days 7 and 8 saw more mining, wood gathering, and a little bit of farming. Day 9, something wondrous happened. A sheep! I don't know where he came from. Maybe he swam across the ocean, but personally, I think he was a gift from the Minecraft gods. You're welcome, Outfielder. With the sheep now, I can get wool, and with wool, I can finally sleep and get rid of those pesky phantoms, which really hit hard when you have no armor. On today's 10 to 13, I've now got tools, food, iron, a little bit of armor, and even a bed. Thanks for that, by the way, Jeb. 'Twas time to build myself a beautiful little starter house. Now, I'm not some wondrous YouTube builder. You're not going to see Grian-like building tutorials from me. And having my main materials as cobblestone and acacia wasn't exactly a recipe for a beautiful little starter house. But I worked my little socks off and I built this. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a fine little starter house for a fine little man like myself. It's got a bedroom, kitchen, crafting area, and I think it's going to work rather nicely as we continue to expand this area over the next 100 days, and maybe if I have the motivation, maybe over the series. What do you think, guys? Let me know about this house down in the comments below. Before I forget, let's just rewind for a moment back to day 10. The Minecraft gods saw fit to gift me another sheep. You're welcome, Outfielder. And with that, I was now able to start up a sheep breeding program. It was clear that spending time down in the mine was really helping with the passive mob spawning, because on day 15, the Minecraft gods blessed me with a cow. You're welcome, Outfielder. Clearly, I am the chosen one. No, you're not. Am I overusing that little Jeb animation? Probably, but it took me a whole 20 minutes to make, so boy, am I going to run that into the ground. Anyway, I spent the next few days up to day 19 growing wheat, breeding sheep, and mining. Now, if you think caves are scary on hardcore anyway, try playing with a reduced world border. Caves are utterly lethal. Despite that, towards the end of day 19, I thought I'd go kill some zombies. You see, it's good to exploit the game mechanics with this reduced border, and zombies can drop carrots. That I don't need carrots at this stage didn't occur to me at all. Still, it went surprisingly well, and a few zombie kills later, I'd got my carrot. On day 20, I started making my way towards a spider spawner I'd spotted with my liberal use of free cam, something I should probably stop doing. On my way, I found my first diamonds, and then at the spawner itself, I killed some spiders and found melon and pumpkin seeds in the chests. I have to say, considering my world is like 36 blocks across, at this point, I've had an utterly fantastic start when it comes to farming. For the next few days, I didn't do anything massively interesting. I mined, I farmed, and I crafted. But I did build myself this nice little dock area with a pier for fishing and a new entrance to the mine. Having obtained string at the starter area, I was able to craft up a bow and a fishing rod. At the end of day 25, I did something in Minecraft I haven't done since AFK fishing was nerfed. Can you guess what I did? I fished. I fished and I fished. Oh, and also like an idiot on these days, I forgot to put the game into full screen. So I hope you enjoyed my taskbar. On day 27, I used my diamonds to create a diamond pickaxe to obtain some obsidian. Then I made a portal, and on day 28, I ventured into the Nether, where this series promptly ended. No, I'm just kidding. Only to find I was in a flipping crimson biome. Honestly, that has to be the worst one. Anyway, on day 29, I had the good sense to craft up some golden leggings, where I went back and did a little bit of bartering. I gave them gold, and they gave me crap. Still, I'll have the last laugh when I lock them up and farm them. Over the next few days, it was more fishing, mining, and farming, although by day 34, I had pretty much filled in that gigantic dark hole. I'm sorry. That was giving me nightmares anyway about a full-related death, and it also gave me some more land to work with later on. Days 35 and 36, nothing that interesting happened apart from the Minecraft gods blessed me with chickens. And I bet you thought you were about to hear from Jeb once again, but haha, I fooled you. And all I did was put these chickens into a pen. I may have forgot to mention as well at some point, 2 pigs randomly spawned inside my cow pen. Didn't even have to lead them there. And so now I have chickens, sheep, cows, and pigs. By day 38, the world border had expanded enough that I could make use of that spider spawner, and so I created a spider farm. And since I can't go anywhere fast, I made the inside of this look really pretty, even though no one will ever see it. Well, apart from you guys on this video. Over the next few days, I killed some spiders and did all the usual stuff you do in Minecraft. By day 41, I'd found a skeleton spawner, and by day 45, I had created my second spawner-based farm. Figuring skeletons were probably more useful than spiders at this point, since they would give me bones. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, come on then. Bones, and possibly a decent enchanted bow. I have been looking longingly at what I thought was the only piece of sugarcane right on the edge of this island since day 1. But on day 46, I saw something I'd missed even with my liberal use of free cam. A bit of sugarcane. So I set about harvesting it and then growing it. Now all I needed was a second cow. I still only have that 1 cow. I've actually killed some sheep, pigs and chickens, as having too many was stopping the passive mobs from spawning. And on day 47, my policy of killing everything actually worked. I got another cow. 2 actually. Thank you, Minecraft gods. You're welcome, Appfielder. So with sugarcane, cows, and 2 spawner-based XP farms, I can slowly get an enchanting station set up and create myself some armor so there's less chance of me dying within this 100 days. Now you may have noticed a bit of a gap between the last clip and this one of around about 10 days, and that's because not a lot of interesting stuff happened. I was fishing, I was farming, I was mining for diamonds, but on day 58 I very carefully made my way across to the bastion that had just got into range, and then I took a look in the chests very carefully from underneath where the piglins couldn't get me. Also, this is where I plan on stopping using free cam, because this kind of takes away from the danger of Minecraft. It wasn't until after that I kind of was reviewing this footage and I was like, actually, because I'm doing this, it's not as interesting as it should be. The bastion should have been way more dangerous, but because of free cam, I I could find where the chests were and get to them without getting in any danger whatsoever. I should, however, mention that the world border does apply in the Nether and the End. I may not have mentioned that earlier, but it is exactly the same size as it is in the overworld, and it expands at 1 block per day. On day 60, the world border had expanded so I could get into the good chest in the shipwreck, and fortuitously, the treasure was buried on the very island that I was on. So on day 60, with a world border that's now 76 blocks wide, I can't believe the amount of stuff that I have been able to get. This has gone way quicker than I was actually expecting. Over the next couple of days then, I finally had enough leather and paper to create my enchanting station. I actually couldn't tell you the last time I've done this in Minecraft because, well, villagers are easier. It's the reason Mojang want to nerf villagers. People don't use enchanting tables and they don't do fishing these days. They just create a villager trading hall, and why wouldn't you? It's so simple. However, having now used the enchanting table again, refreshed my memory, and done fishing as well, like actual manual fishing, of which I'll do lots more in this episode, I can safely say that if Mojang want to nerf villagers, then they've got to make improvements to the enchanting table, and they've got to make changes to the fishing as well. It's just not that fun to use. It's not fun. It's not user-friendly. There's nothing good about it. I'm dying at this point of villagers. Another few days skipped then, and that's because all I did was kill skeletons, enchant my gear, and spend a lot of time fishing, unsuccessfully I might add for a mending book. By day 80, the world border had expanded enough that I could revisit that bastion and clear out the entire structure. And despite not getting a mending book at this point, my bow's pretty solid. I've got some decent diamond armor, and it's got good enchants on it like Protection 4 and Feather Falling 4. So by day 81, I was able to get to the main chest, which had some pretty decent loot. If you told me when I'd started this world I'd have the netherite upgrade template by day 81, I'd have laughed at you. To be honest, if you told me I was still alive, I'd have probably laughed at you. My storage in the start home was getting rather full at this point with all those farms, so I created a brand new area in the entrance to the mine. Boy, have I skipped ahead here, and that's because I did little bits of landscaping, I made a better staircase down to the skeleton area, and then I spent loads and loads of days fishing and still not getting a goddamn mending book. Then something happened that I wasn't really expecting. You see, on day 95, the world border had actually expanded enough that I could reach the edge of a nether fortress. This is really exciting because there's no villages in range of where I am at the moment, so the only way for me to get villagers in the near future is to create a brewing station, then create some potions of weakness, create some golden apples, capture a zombie villager, and convert it. So on day 95, I set about creating a safe path to that fortress and then clearing some blocks so blazes could spawn. Well, by day 100, I had those blaze rods, but not a lot else happened. A bit more fishing, a bit more general Minecrafting, so this seems like a good place to sum up the first 100 days. It's been real good fun playing Minecraft in a completely different way to how I would normally do it, using mechanics that I would normally ignore, like the enchanting table, fishing, trying to find other ways to get stuff that I just wouldn't normally consider. As I said earlier, I can't believe the stuff I've managed to accomplish in the 100 days. All the farm animals, wheat, carrots, diamond tools and armor, all enchanted to a decent level. The netherite upgrade template, I even got to the fortress, which I really wasn't expecting. And I'm really well set up for the next 100 days. Can I get 2 zombie villagers? Maybe even sniffers? There's a sunken village, whatever they're called, just on the edge of the current world border. And there's new land masses just in the distance that are going to become available to me. I really hope you've enjoyed this first episode, and let's hope we get a second one, right? A big thank you to my patrons. They've helped keep the Abcraft server completely free to play on, so come join my Discord, come play on the server. And don't forget to like the video, and if you want to see more in this series, subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Anyway, folks, that's all I have time for now, so it's a goodbye from me, and goodbye from me.